The Battletech community. I hate that word. I'm going to do an aside. We're already 10 seconds of the video, and I got to get my ADD going. Every time there's a community, why is it always something just toxic and terrible? Like, you just, anybody talking about a community, ironically, oh gosh, it's just, whenever you hear about this, it's just a disaster. And so the Battletech community has fostered a woke activist who is responsible for targeting Blaine Pardoe and getting him fired. Now, he's gone out there and he goes under the name Jason Livermore now. Done Battletech fan fiction, which was pushed by Catalyst Game Labs in their Pride Anthology 2024, Queer Tales from the Periphery. And they published them on there. This is now pinned to the Battletech Reddit, too. So in case you can't get enough of your Queer Tales from the Periphery. It's everywhere. They're going to shove it in your face. And with this, he parlayed this into a new fiction, which everybody's just kind of laughing at and rejecting. It's very, very funny. And it's another W for Blaine Pardoe, who just goes to show that his work was what made Battletech tick, and it's just not going to work without him. We're going to get into the news in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Please join us here. And subscribe to my newsletters in the description below in case I lose you here, because this channel is getting too popular, frankly. I know this is kind of a humble brag. Sorry about that. But that could be a good thing in normal circumstances. But here, I'm afraid of the popularity, meaning they're going to axe me at any moment. So grab the newsletter there. Right now, I only update on my books and the like. You get free books for doing so. But right now, it might be the future of my communications with you guys, and I don't want to lose you. So thank you very much. And this is usually the point where I shill my books in the video, because I'm a science fiction author. And that's what I attempt to do, is I'm not a YouTuber first. I'm a writer first. I report the news in science fiction and fantasy, if you're new. But I want to shill Blaine Pardoe today, because this Splashdown book, Land and Sea, this whole series, there's 7 books out now, is really fantastic. This is the mech haven that Battletech could have been if they just continued with him. This guy is a hell of a military science fiction writer. And what's great about this is this sets up a lot of characters in here. And Blaine actually writes the characters with such distinct voices. They're all unique, even though there's a lot. It's almost George R.R. Martin level perspective characters. He builds unique ones, and they all do tie into the story. It's so elegantly done. I just can't speak to this enough. I enjoyed the audiobook last month, and it's a lot of fun. And I want to promote this because I want to promote some good science fiction in the community. I hate that word's been co-opted, right? But it's for real. And I want to promote some people who do good work. That's why we got Blaine. That's why we did a video on Richard Fox the other day. So I'm going to put this in the description below for you today, so you can grab this and check out some good fiction. All right. So the backstory here, if you don't know, Blaine got canceled from Catalyst Game Labs a couple of years ago. And this guy who used to go by Faith McCloskey sent letters to them attacking him, defaming him, etc. And because Blaine is a conservative, they just went with it, right? So Blaine put out a blog talking about this. My publisher canceled me in favor of an activist who threatened my life. And it is. The threats are right here. He published his first conservative political thriller in 2021, Blue Dawn. And the guy was outraged that Blaine was making fiction that he didn't like. This is you can't make this stuff up. He put up his own book on Amazon, didn't have anything to do with Catalyst Game Labs or Battletech. Blaine's own thing. Can't exist to this world. And this is the diverse and inclusive people. To be diverse and inclusive, you can't have fiction that speaks against the narrative. You can't have your own thing. You can't have your own opinions. That's what diversity and inclusivity means, right? It's the opposite, and we know this. So this guy sent an email to one of Blaine's other writer friends, saying, I want to effing shoot him in the effing crotch for this S, and I want him to die in a fire. Now, that's crazy. Now, the minute Catalyst Game Lab should have seen that, they should have been like, okay, this guy's nuts. Blaine, we stand with you. You're our longtime author, and you've done great work for us, made us a lot of money in the past. We're not gonna bow to this. But unfortunately, Catalyst Game Labs is filled with crazy people too. They've hired a lady to edit their Shadowrun line named Jennifer Brozak, who is actually responsible for canceling me. And the first cancellation I ever endured was from her. She edited my first novel, and she went out there, and I posted myself in a Trump hat, and she threw a fit. That was it. And she couldn't, like usual, these people don't confront you directly or even ever try to talk to you or anything. She sent her assistant to tell me I'm never going to get published in any anthologies again. It's a small community, right? I got the community lecture, right? And that opened the doors to the left canceling me and blacklisting me from publishing. So they're all tied in together, and they're all trying to like build this new community, right? out there. So the police got involved after an investigation. A judge put a protective order in place because of multiple threats. In reality, my harasser was a 39-year-old man living with his parents. He had been fired by his previous employer for issuing terroristic threats. He was charged and pleaded guilty. The man is a convicted criminal. So he decided to just release Blue Dawn, ignore it, and of course, Catalyst Game Labs and Battletech just purged Blaine Pardoe. Now, Blaine is fighting back, and that's why I'm promoting him today. And he's fighting back. He's suing them for royalties they haven't paid. And they've done some bad, shady stuff recently. Like they put out a new version of an old anthology and tried to just erase his name on Amazon from it when all the other authors were on there. Because they want to pretend like he's some sort of controversial figure. Even though he sells books. And this is the stupid part. Like, he clearly sells books. 543 ratings on a book from last year. That's solid. Like, I think my top-selling book for Steam and Country has around that too, right? 565, right? He's got high ratings on here. People love it. 73,000 in the Kindle store means it's sold at least a couple in the last day. So it's still selling a year and a half later, okay? Blaine Pardoe's got staying power. It's working. He's a good author, obviously. So why wouldn't you want that on your anthology? People search Blaine Pardoe because they search for him on books on Amazon. Yeah, sell your books, but they'd rather not sell books than be associated with somebody of the wrong think politics, and that's what we're dealing with in the publishing industry, even in military science fiction, where, let's be honest, like 70-80% of the people who read some military science fiction are conservative. You guys are idiots who are just cannibalizing your own base, but they are. So this guy, who's his stalker, came out with his own mech book a couple months ago, and as you can see, it's just a Battletech ripoff. Okay, totally looks like Battletech. I confused it for an official Battletech product at first when I looked at it, because it looks almost exactly the same, right? And like I said, he was published in this Pride anthology last year as well, so he's trying to ramp this up, clearly trying to get in with Catalyst Game Labs. And I've got too many tabs open, my friends. Okay. So already right here, somebody questioned it. Combat Assault Mech. What happened to Omni-Mechs and Battle Mechs? Self-insert fan fiction. Skip this garbage. Save your money for real Battletech fiction. And that's what it is. So the guy, when you get to his page, actually calls himself Housemaster Po Ding. And he calls himself Po Ding on X. So, and he has for a lot of years. So this is literally his self-insert where he's trying to just make himself into Battletech. And I guess just pretending it's a Battletech novel without it being Battletech. I guess he'll get away with this because he filed enough serial numbers off, maybe. But it's definitely really close to Battletech. That's true. And so he goes by this on X. It's kind of funny. It is a self-insert. But here's the funniest part. Like, this guy, for all of his trouble of causing Blaine Pardoe his thing, getting into the Pride anthologies, getting in the Battletech community, and ingratiating himself to Catalyst Game Labs, only has 2 ratings on his novel that came out in June. And as you can see, his ratings are in the almost 2 million rank in the Kindle store, so they're not reading it. And so this is the truth. Like, it's obvious where the talent is. It's obvious who's selling books. It's obvious who's writing great books in military science fiction. And it's obvious who the woke are. It's obvious who can't have any talent, who aren't writing books. And this is who they're choosing. This is who the corporations are choosing. This is who traditional publishing's choosing. They want to burn themselves down. So let them. Laugh at it. Enjoy it. And enjoy Blaine Pardoe for what he is. Somebody writing great fiction. You don't need the Battletech brand to enjoy a mech book, you can enjoy it otherwise, and it's just as good. It's even better than his old stuff, to be honest. And that's the lesson for today. So big W for Blaine Pardoe, big L for the woke again. Have a great weekend, my friends. Make sure to sign up for my newsletter. I'll put this Blaine Pardoe book in the description below. Hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment, my friends. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you for being there, and we'll be back soon.